is WTF News, hosted by OGSB.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Yo, this your boy OG Shizzy, bro.
What's popping with everybody? It's your girl NV, host of WTF News on Shizzy Lit Podcast. Fuck with your girl. Texas principal calls students dressed for throwback day criminals who look like Dr. Dre from the 90s, issues apology after backlash. I love you all at Tahiba Germain October 8th, 2021, 8:30 a.m. Producer Dr. Dre may be going through a rough patch after having his ongoing divorce proceedings splattered across headlines, but a man in Texas just had what he described as the worst day as a school principal after allegedly comparing students, mainly black, to the award-winning rapper. The comment sparked outrage among parents who found the remark to be culturally insensitive. Oak Ridge High School principal Anthony Levesque has issued an official apology after he was caught on videotape complaining about some of the students' attire choices for a 90s throwback day event at the school in Conroe, Texas, a suburb of Houston, KPRC2 reported. Texas high school principal apologizes after comparing students wearing vintage attire for a throwback day event to Dr. Dre from the 90s. Photo, University of Houston. And screenshot of students at Oak Ridge High School. KPRC2 YouTube channel. Texas high school principal apologizes after comparing students wearing vintage attire for a throwback day event to Dr. Dre from the 90s. Photo, University of Houston. And screenshot of students at Oak Ridge High School. KPRC2 YouTube channel. It's embarrassing. It's frustrating, Levesque could be heard telling students. We have people posing for pictures looking like they're Dr. Dre from the 90s. I'm not sure that's the look we're going for. It doesn't make our school look good. The incident reportedly took place on Thursday, September 30th, the same day the former NWA member was announced as one of many acts set to hit the stage at next year's Super Bowl halftime show. Levesque, still apparently upset by what he saw, reportedly went around the school telling people that it was his worst day being principal because of the way that students dressed. Nikki Baker, the senior, who recorded the faculty member, told the news outlet, "It's kind of downplaying on the way my mom and dad dressed when they were in school," Baker added. Student athlete Trinidad Robinson, who runs track at the school, confirmed Baker's statement. "I have some records for the school, and when we were walking by, he said y'all look like criminals," Robinson said. "I'm like, how is us dressing?" And expressing predominantly 90s and 2000s black culture equated to being a criminal. Meanwhile, another student, Nia Dixon, a junior at the school, believes the comments were made to bring us down and degrade the way we were dressing and degrade our school spirit. During a student stage sit-in on Monday, October 4th, local civil rights activist Quanell X and parents met with school officials to discuss the matter. About 100 students sat and kneeled in solidarity during the meeting. Levesque later apologized for his remarks, telling students, "I love you all," he added, "That's not how you need to be treated. It won't happen again." Quanell X called the meeting a win for students, telling the outlet, "Those young children have a victory today because the principal did go before them and apologize for what he said and how he handled the situation."
Students at a high school in Conroe ISD claim their principal was being rather racially insensitive.
That's right, that administrator has since apologized, and tonight Fox 26's Tiffany Justice shows us how the school is now planning to move forward.
There wasn't a problem with dressing like Dr. J. It was the analogy that he used. It wasn't meant to bring us up. The analogy of comparing us to Dr. Dre, we used to down and to degrade the way we were dressing and to degrade our school spirit. And
it was supposed to be a day full of school spirit for Oak Ridge High School students last week. They were allowed to dress up in 90s throwback attire. But students say it went awry, claiming their principal was being racially insensitive.
He said to Dre, but it implied that gangsta and thug.
Students say a group was gathered in what's known as the Pit, a common gathering place, when faculty came up to them saying they were being too rowdy. The principal taking to the intercom to address the school.
Our principal was saying that we were being disruptive and that there was a standard that we needed to uphold when people were just excited.
The incident grabbing the attention of activist Quan LX, who spoke for many of the students and parents concerned after the principal was caught on camera saying it's not a good for the school.
We got people posing for pictures looking like they're from Dr. Dre in the 90s. And I'm sure that's why the look we're going for doesn't make our school look good.
Students claim the principal was only targeting Black and Hispanic students and the attire they chose to wear. In a statement, the principal says, quote, "I made an announcement that I'm not proud of. I addressed the attire of the students instead of addressing their behavior, and for that, I apologize. Today, I met with a group of parents and students to begin the healing process so that we can move forward as a community."
After addressing the principal, meeting with him about it, going into great detail of his words that were recorded by students, he apologized to the parents, apologized to those of us in that meeting. He admitted that what he said was wrong. He admitted he should have spoke more wiser and used a better choice of words.
Students were fired up about it. They were planning a walkout today, but that was canceled after the apology from the principal came down. Reporting Tiffany Justice, Fox 26 News.
You already know who this is. It's your girl Envy Allison. This another WTF News on Shizzy Lit podcast. You digs me. I'm out.
Is WTF News, hosted by OGSB.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What the fuck?